I'm Noreen and welcome back to my kitchen today. We are going to be making an amazing classic Italian appetizer called tomato bruschetta or bruschetta, however you want to say it, depending on where you came from. But I'm not Giada De Laurentiis, so I probably am saying it wrong anyway. But what bruschetta is, or bruschetta, is a fresh tomato salad with garlic and herbs and olive oil, sometimes a little balsamic, and it's served on top of beautiful garlicky olive oil crostini, and it couldn't be any better than this for a summer appetizer. Let's go see how this all comes together. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna make a simple bruschetta topping that we're gonna enjoy with our dinner tonight, and I'm just using kind of what I have on hand. We love bruschetta. Now, if you're not familiar, it is like a little tomato salad that you serve on top of a crostini, which is a toasted little piece of bread that is brushed with olive oil, and then it gets topped with the tomato topping, so it's fresh and crunchy and delicious. I have made bruschetta in the past, but since I was throwing this together today, it's been a really long time since I made it for a video, and I thought we're gonna go ahead and update this one. So what I have in here is, currently there are 2 Roma tomatoes and about a half a cup of those little orange grape tomatoes that you can get. These are organic, and these are the Roma tomatoes that I got at Sam's Club. They are not organic. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my last Roma tomato just so you can see how you do it. I'm using my Roma tomato knife, and I love this knife. If you don't have one of these, you need to have one in your drawer, because tomato season is summertime, and it's awesome to have one of these to use. This just like cuts through tomatoes like butter, and so easy. And it's not an advertisement, it's just me telling you that if you don't have one, this is one of the best knives that I love to use for the tomatoes. And just cut these up so they're small-ish, okay? You don't want them to be too big. I'm not gonna get too picky about that right now, but so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a little bit of a stir. And don't worry, the juice is the best part, because when you put this on top of your toasted bread, your crostini, which I'm gonna show you how to make in another video. It's really simple, but you might not know how to do it. So this is, you know, we want everyone to know how to do things the right way. I have a couple of cloves of prepared garlic. You can use fresh. I have this on hand. It's just easy to reach into that jar. I have a teaspoon of my super savory salt, a teaspoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and half a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. We're just gonna go ahead and toss that all in there. You use the seasonings that you like the best. If I had fresh basil, I would do that as well, but it didn't look that great at the grocery store, and honestly, I always have dried on hand.
Yay.
Yay what?
No basil.
No basil. There's dried basil, but you don't seem to mind that so much. Okay, then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of olive oil. If that seems a little bit extravagant, it's really not. And what you can also do is you can dip bread in here. You see all that good juice down there? My mother, seriously, would just sit with a loaf of Italian bread and stick it in the bottom of that bowl without even questioning her actions. It's absolutely delicious. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and get the crostini, and we'll be right back, and we'll fix you up some delicious fresh tomato bruschetta. Okay, I have prepared for you a spread of fresh tomato bruschetta with garlicky olive oil crostini that I made in another video. I'll leave the link both on a card on the screen and down below, where you can go see how I made the crostini. Super easy, but it's a wonderful thing to know how to make and have on hand when you know people might drop by. It's super quick to make. But you saw how we made the tomato salad, the little topper for a bruschetta. Listen, you can put onions in here, you can put capers and chopped olives. You don't have to limit yourself to what I have done here. I've made a very simple topping because one of my daughters will pretty much only eat it this way. She doesn't like onions, and I'm kind of pushing it, putting the fresh garlic in there. I'm gonna be honest. So just don't tell her. So what I've done is I've prepared a tray here for you. This is how I would serve it if I were having guests over, and everyone can just dip in, top their bread, and munch away. I've prepared a few here because I know Rick is ready to try one of these. Now the crostini is crispy on the outside and still soft on the inside, so it's perfect for dipping or biting, and it's going to be lovely. Are you ready?
I have to.
You have to.
That is amazing.
Crispity, crunchity goodness. Oh my goodness. And I'm dropping tomatoes everywhere. Oh my gosh, that's good. Ooh, that's yummy. This is also a really nice light lunch. Oh, this tomato salad is tremendous served on top of a grilled chicken breast or a steak. It's absolutely wonderful all by itself, but on top of these garlicky olive oil crostini toasts, it is phenomenal. So, that is how you make tomato bruschetta. I hope you give it a try sometime. I would like to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you're new here today, welcome. I'm so glad you joined me in my kitchen. I hope that you will consider hitting that subscribe button because we always have something to share. And if you are one of my tried and true subscribers, please remember, hit that notification bell button so nobody misses out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present all the time right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. I hope that one time this summer at least you will give this delicious fresh tomato bruschetta a try, and I hope that you love it. I don't know how you can't love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.